The American Civil War was a conflict between the United States and the 11 southern states that seceded from the Union to form the Confederate States of America. It lasted from 1861 to 1865. The war ended when Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered his troops to Union General Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia. It ended slavery and permanently altered life in the United States. It also resulted in medical developments that changed the battlefield forever, including new practices for amputation. Of the approximately 80,000 surgeries performed on wounded soldiers during the Civil War, about 60,000, that is 3/4, were amputations. Before the American Civil War, wounded soldiers were often treated with little more than rest and relaxation in order to stave off infection. Though Civil War physicians still didn't fully understand the need for sanitation, they had learned that removing a wounded limb would prevent the wound from becoming infected, and in many cases prevent the soldier's death. For soldiers, amputation was a terrifying prospect. The procedures were sometimes performed without any anesthetic, and wounds from severed limbs were often left open to scab over and heal on their own. It was also an ordeal they weren't unlikely to encounter. By the end of the war, amputation had become such a common practice that a skilled doctor could remove a limb in under 6 minutes. These amputations were far from an ideal medical procedure. They were painful and unsanitary, and often resulted in severed limbs piling up next to operating tables as soldier after soldier lost arms and legs. But still, amputation saved lives. Only about 25% of soldiers who underwent amputation died, compared with 75% of similarly wounded civilians. For many soldiers, amputation was the difference between life and death. And for the wounded in general, this messy Civil War innovation was a crucial step toward learning how to fight infection on and off the battlefield. Learn more at Britannica.com.